First will be Adrian Fenty, who is the mayor of Washington, D.C. And before his election as mayor, Mayor Fenty worked as the lead attorney for the D.C. Council Committee on Education, Libraries, and Recreation. He was elected to Ward 4 Council seat in 1999 and then was elected to mayor in 2006. And my colleagues will appreciate this. He was the first person in history to win all 142 precincts in the district, and that's quite a feat. We all want to win every precinct in our district. Since he has become mayor, he has made it very clear to the citizens of D.C. that their public schools are his highest priority, and reorganizing the Department of Health and reforming child welfare and emergency medical services, all which come together around our children in the public schools.
Thank you very much, Chairman Miller, Ranking Member McKeon, and distinguished committee members. I am extremely honored to appear before you in the company of my esteemed fellow mayor and friend Michael Bloomberg, with representatives from the great cities of Atlanta and Chicago and New York. These are four of the great chancellors in the country right now. On behalf of the residents of the District of Columbia, I would like to briefly talk to you about the daunting scholastic hurdles district students face and what their government and community have done and continue to do to provide them the educational opportunities they both need and deserve. I assumed the mayoralty of the District of Columbia in January 2007 with a determination and a mandate to completely transform a school system that spent more per pupil than any other system in the country, yet languished at or near the bottom of every national measure of academic achievement. Simply put, the District of Columbia was failing its children. Many doctoral dissertations analyzing the merits of competing educational theories could be written to explain this failure, but at its heart, the explanation was frustratingly simple: zero accountability. Because the multi-layer bureaucracy created plenty of places for the buck to stop, we were caught in a never-ending cycle of finger-pointing and blame. In municipal government, if the city fails to pick up the garbage, the mayor knows exactly which member of his or her cabinet is answerable and what steps need to be taken to address the problem. Yet when it came to perhaps the most vital charge of municipal affairs, the future of our children, no one could be held to account. As counterintuitive as it sounds, the mayor had absolutely no say whatsoever in the administration of the school system of the city. My approach was, in objective terms, confoundingly simple. Just as much as the mayor is accountable for keeping the streets clear of snow, he or she must be responsible for ensuring that the city's children are afforded the very best life skills and educational resources that the nation's capital ought to provide them. And if the mayor failed in this charge, he or she then must accept the blame and the consequences. I then selected a proven educational maverick and innovator, Michelle Rhee, as the first ever chancellor of the District of Columbia Public Schools, and we got to work performing such radical yet obvious tasks as ensuring timely delivery of textbooks to appropriate classrooms, clearing out warehouses where textbooks and teaching supplies lay unused while our teachers were spending their own money to buy these same supplies, and establishing for the first time an integrated record-keeping system that tracks school records. Records, all 4 million pieces of paper that had previously been strewn on the floor in a storage room at our central administration offices. And in the short time that we have been running the school system, we have recruited the business community to participate in a school cleanup program, begun an intensive facilities construction program to repair buildings that have been dilapidated for decades, and hired an ombudsman as a resource for parents needing help. We've made the tough decision to close or consolidate 23 under-enrolled schools to best utilize our resources. We installed more than 6,300 computers in schools around the city, created a Saturday tutoring program for our children that needed extra help. We have prepared the restructuring process for 27 schools to begin the process of helping failing schools achieve adequate yearly progress as required by the federal No Child Left Behind Act. There truly also is a sense in the streets of this city, in the homes and the classrooms, that we are all in this together. Parents, teachers, and most of all students truly understand that the bar has now been raised. But if more has been invested, it is because more is being expected. Our students seem to understand this, and they have delivered. I am extremely proud to be able to say that in the 13 months since taking over the schools, we've already made dramatic, meaningful, lasting changes. We've seen impressive gains in reading and math scores for our elementary and secondary students. We've brought innovative reforms to staffing and personnel, including a framework for outstanding teachers to trade tenure for bonuses based on student achievement that will make them some of the highest paid teachers in the country. This fall, we'll take our first steps toward a comprehensive school staffing model that puts art, music, and physical education teachers, nurses, and counselors, and other key staff in every school building. We've developed an individualized reform plan for each of the schools that is in restructuring status under No Child Left Behind. And we're also making tremendous progress on facilities improvements. Students must get the message that they can be successful in school, and we're committed to their success by providing appropriate environments for learning. Mr. Chairman, you may know that I spend a few weekends a year taking part in marathons and triathlons and this type of thing. We've done a great deal in our first year in charge of the schools, but I look at our work so far as just the warm-up. We have much further to go. Chairman Miller, Ranking Member McKeon, and other members of the committee, and really of the entire Congress, because of the District of Columbia's unique status, we have had to come to the Congress for support, both in getting our initial authorizing legislation passed and then in additional things along the way. I personally want to thank you and all of the members of Congress for their support. It has truly made a difference in a short period of time in the lives of the students of the District of Columbia. This concludes my prepared remarks, and I'm happy to answer any questions.